Hi guys, another one here. This is the rest of my fear sermon. Here we go. God's power over nature. He turneth rivers into a wilderness, and water springs into dry ground, a fruitful land into barrenness, for the wickedness of them that dwell therein. He turneth the wilderness into a standing water, and dry ground into water springs. And this just goes to show the redemptive power of the Lord. I mean, if the Lord can turn barrenness for the wicked into a fruitful land, if the Lord can turn then that wilderness into a standing water, dry ground into water springs, does that not show that, the Lord is just there? The Lord is powerful. The Lord is amazing. The Lord is all seeing. The Lord is everlasting. And the Lord does such brilliant and wondrous things. He feeds the hungry. He helps the thirsty. He gives money to the poor. Do you not see all these little things that the Lord does? The Lord does so many things, and he doesn't even get a thank you for it. Half the time, he gets spat in the face, and yet the Lord does it anyway. Yet the Lord gives to the homeless. Yet the Lord shelters people. Yet the Lord finds a way to save children who have cancer. Yet the Lord finds a way to battle against all these other diseases. Yet the Lord finds a way to stop the evil plans of evil people. Exactly. I mean, do you think this whole Diddy thing didn't come from the Lord? Of course it did. Of course it did. Because really, at the end of the day, you have to realize God exposes those who do others a lot of harm. Just like Churchill got exposed in the end, just like Elvis got exposed in the end, just like a lot of people got exposed in the end. And here is the issue: there are troubles within the world, and there will always be troubles within the world. And, you know, I'm human. I'm certainly not perfect. And this is where I make my stumbles because I'm not always in the right mind space, in the right frame, in the right, uh, well, speaking, for example. But this is because I haven't done this in a while, and usually I know better what to say when I've done this in a while. But yeah, I try to make as much of a difference as I can and to help as many people as I can. And I hope that that is enough. And there he maketh the hungry to dwell, that they may prepare a city for habitation, and sow the fields, and plant vineyards, which may yield fruits of increase. And that's all what the Lord is about, fruits of increase, because the Lord wants you to prosper. And this is what too many people there we go. Here we go. This is what too many people don't understand. The Lord wants you to prosper. The Lord isn't just here, just sat there laughing at you, saying, "Ha, you have a crap life, you have an awful life. Ha, you have an awful life." The Lord's just not going to sit there and laugh at you. The Lord is going to lift you up, whether it's in little things like enjoying a TV show, whether it's in little things like enjoying a game, whether it's in little things like just seeing your dog playing, which is nice, whether it's in little things like through helping others, through being there for others, through being righteous, just even through singing, through taking really, uh, well, through being with the Lord, through having his presence around you, even in creating new things, or just being in the presence of someone who makes your heart skip a beat, or just makes you so happy. And this is the thing. there are so many storms and so many issues that are within our lives, but the Lord rebukes them all, and the Lord finds a way for us to be better. The Lord increases our fields. The Lord multiplies us greatly, and suffereth not the cattle to decrease. And the Lord increases the cattle. The Lord gives us so much that it's overbearing. The Lord gives us so much, and we don't give the Lord really anything. We give him our praise. Yes, we give him our praise, maybe sometimes our money, but do we give the Lord that much in comparison to what the Lord gives us? And I mean, it's beautiful to see how much the Lord gives, and the Lord gives and gives and gives, and he just doesn't care, just because he loves. And that in itself is raw and undefined and amazing beauty. But that is God for you. That is the goodness of God. Deliverance comes from the Lord. Again, they are diminished, and brought low through oppression, affliction, and sorrow. And remember, oppression, affliction, and sorrow is always from the devil. There are some afflictions, of course, that are tests that are from the Lord. And sometimes it will be a test to make you a better person or to help you get to heaven. Or it could be for someone else that this test is really being done. But, most afflictions, most oppression, most sorrow comes from the devil because the devil is trying to basically snuff out your purpose. And you have to remember, don't let that light be snuffed out. Don't let that light be snuffed out. Don't let the light be snuffed out. And the Lord keeps on saying the devils came close, the devils came close, the devils came close. Uh, he poureth contempt upon princes, and causeth them to wander in the wilderness, where there is no way. Yet setteth he the poor on high from affliction, and maketh him families like a flock. The righteous shall see it, and rejoice, and all iniquity shall stop her mouth. And the Lord keeps saying, which? And the Lord said, strings cut, strings cut. So there you go. Whoso is wise and will observe these things, even they shall understand loving kindness of the Lord. And, I don't take joy in people's strings of life being cut. But at the end of the day, if you mess with someone who is divinely protected, if you mess with a chosen one of, well, high proportion, then you have to expect these things to happen. I'm sorry, I know it doesn't exactly sound very merciful, very loving, kind, very forgiving. And trust me, anybody who wishes evil upon me, who dream walks into, well, my space, that is, well, really their own demise. But yeah, I feel sorry for these people, but you know, it doesn't stop the fact that the Lord protects the highly anointed, and the Lord will never not protect the very highly anointed. And the devil is even trying to stop me from telling the truth there, which is just idiotic, but that's the devil for you. The Prince of Darkness always tries. He's going to try and make me say always reigns then. No, he friggin' doesn't. No, he doesn't. The Lord Jesus Christ always reigns. Not you, Satan. Victory over enemies. God hath spoken in his holiness. I will rejoice. I will divide Shechem and meet out of the valley of Succoth. And the Lord seems to keep saying, dividing what is righteous and what is unholy, dividing what is righteous and unholy, dividing what is righteous and what is unholy. And the Lord keeps saying, unholy man, unkind man, evil man. So, oh, Lord keeps saying, something about somebody that seems to be related, but I don't know who this is. The Lord keeps saying something to do with an uncle or whatever. I keep getting uncle, 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 uncle. So I don't know what that's about. Gilead is mine, Manasseh is mine. Ephraim is also the strength of mine hand. Judah is my lawgiver. Oh, and the Lord keeps saying about a corrupt lawgiver. There's a corrupt lawgiver, a corrupt lawgiver. Someone who makes out that they are basically uncorruptible. They are very good, a great person, but they aren't really a great person. They beat their wife. They are unkind. They even beat their own children, the Lord is saying. So, yeah, what a lovely human being. And if you didn't guess, that was sarcasm. But yeah, Moab is my washpot. Over Edom will I cast my shoe. And the Lord keeps saying something about casting a shoe, as in they keep on casting a shoe of doubt over you. And they are wrong, you are right. They are wrong, you are right. They are wrong, you are right. Over Philistia will I triumph. Who will bring me into the strong city? The Lord Jesus Christ. Who will lead me into Edom? The Lord Jesus Christ. Will not thou, O God, who hast cast us off? I never cast ye off. Will not thou, O God, go forth with our hosts? Indeed I will. Give us help from trouble, for vain is the help of man. Indeed it is, for, well, I was going to say something about the human, I was going to say the one about the human heart, but I've forgotten what it was. If anybody can remind me what that one about the human heart is in the comments, that would be greatly appreciated. I'm sure it's about the wickedness of the human heart. But yeah, I was going to use that there, but I just didn't even have the thought for it. Give us help from trouble, for vain is the help of man. I think the devil made me try to forget that. Through God we shall do valiantly, for he it is that shall tread down our enemies. And the Lord shall make them our footstool. Indeed, the Lord shall make them our footstool. The Lord said unto my Lord, the Lord Jesus Christ said unto my Lord, sit thou at my right hand, until I make thine enemies thy footstool. And I guess by that Lord, I'm guessing the Lord means somebody of manner or something like that, because there is only one Lord, which is Lord Jesus Christ. The Lord shall send the rod of thy strength out of Zion. Rule thou in the midst of thine enemies. So, what the Lord is saying is somebody's about to go on a journey. Somebody's about to go on a journey where there's a lot of unholy people. Okay. So I understand now. I very much understand now. So the Lord is saying somebody's going on a journey, on like a pilgrimage or something like that. And there's going to be a lot of unholy people along the way. And the Lord is saying, help them, but know that they are sinful, and basically help them to righteousness. Help them to righteousness. Help them to righteousness. Help them to righteousness. And the Lord is, oh my gosh. So the Lord is actually talking about my community on here. On YouTube, the Lord is saying, not many are truly righteous. There are some that are truly righteous, but not enough. And I'm going to have to cut this video short. All the best. Bye.